Howdy, partners. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Oral Reports. Now, as I said in my blog of The Adventures of Tintin, while it is regarded as the best animated film of 2011, it sadly didn't get an Academy Award. Remember, Tintin only won a Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature. So, why am I talking about it again? Well, today, I'm going to look at the animated movie that became the Oscar champion of 2011. So, let's get started. Released on March 4th, 2011, the movie is Rango. So, let's get riding. The story follows the adventures of a chameleon named Rango, who has lived as a sheltered family pet while facing a major identity crisis. When Rango accidentally winds up in a frontier town called Dirt, he takes the first step on a transformational journey as the town's new sheriff. After a series of thrilling situations and outrageous encounters, Rango starts to become the hero that he pretended to be. So, what do I think of the film? Well, in the strangest and entertaining way possible, compared to the past two animated Western films that I previously blogged, like Home on the Range and An American Tail 2, Fievel Goes West, Rango is an animated masterpiece that is pretty unique and an absolute delight to watch. And to further explain why I enjoy the film, let's move on to Mustang notes. The film is produced by Nickelodeon Movies, Gore Verbinski's Blind Wing Productions, and Graham King's GK Films. The CGI animation was done by Industrial Light and Magic, who'd later do the animation for Strange Magic. During production and voice recording, the actors and actresses received costumes and sets in order to give them the feel of the Wild West. Verbinski said his attempt with Rango was to do a small film after the first three large-scale Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but that he underestimated how painstaking and time-consuming animated filmmaking is. The film contains a number of references to movie westerns and other films, including The Shakiest Gun in the West, A Fistful of Dollars, Chinatown, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Once Upon a Time in the West, Cat Belleau, Raising Arizona, and, of course, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Also to note, Rango was the first non-Disney or Pixar movie to receive an Oscar award for Best Animated Feature since 2006's Happy Feet, and the last to win until 2018's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. To me, ILM did a great job creating the world of Rango and the characters who live in it. I mean, seriously, these are the guys who worked on the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchises, so you can't go wrong with what they do best. Plus, I think the animation is on the same level as Pixar and Animalogic. It's so visually impressive that you'll lose yourself into the environment and feel like you're part of the action taking place. So, bravo, Mr. Lucas! Also, my favorite part of the movie, aside from the Western action, I really love the scenes involving the mariachi owls, who are led by Senor Flan, voiced by George Del Hoyo. However, I have a couple nitpicks. 1, I think the opening is kinda slow. 2, there's a fart joke. And 3, I don't know what fecal matter is supposed to mean. And now let's move on to the characters and the voice actors who brought them to life. The title character Rango is voiced by Johnny Depp, best known from the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Edward Scissorhands, Ed Wood, the Lone Ranger, and of course, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. To me, Rango is an eccentric, but intelligent and heroic chameleon. I also find Rango to be very comical and easy to connect with. Plus, I love his acting and improvising talents. The main love interest, Beans, no seriously, that's her name, is voiced by Isla Fisher, whom I remember from the 2002 live-action Scooby-Doo film, The Great Gatsby, Horton Hears a Who, and Rise of the Guardians. Beans is a hot-tempered but good-hearted desert iguana. To me, Beans is the funniest character in the entire movie due to her tenacity, courage, her high-pitched voice, and the parts where she freezes in defense. Another character to talk about is the badass rattlesnake Jake, voiced by Davy Jones himself, Bill Nighy, who is also in Astro Boy, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and Arthur Christmas. To me, Jake is not only deadly and dangerous, but he's also flippin' incredible. He's also intimidating, scary, and just plain bad. I mean, just look at him. He's a talking giant rattlesnake with a black hat, bullet belts wrapped around his coils, and a flippin' machine gun for a rattler. Man. Finally, we come to the mayor of Dirt and the real villain of the film, Tortoise John, a calculating desert tortoise voiced by Ned Beatty, who also voiced Lotso Huggin' Bear in Toy Story 3. To me, John is considerably more devious and manipulative compared to several antisocial antagonists. Plus, he can be quite charismatic and tolerant of insults, which makes him a very devious businessman type of villain. Other voice actors in the film include Abigail Breslin, Alfred Molina, and Ray Winstone. And now for my final words. Overall, Rango kicks ass. It is by far the funniest animated film of 2011 and the best animated Western ever. And after watching it again, I can deeply understand why this became an Oscar champion for Best Animated Feature. Though, I wish Tintin could have won the Oscar too. Oh well, at least it got a Golden Globe. Anyway, I also think the characters are whimsical and wily, and the voice acting is absolutely well done. However, I didn't like the slow opening scene, the fart joke, or the fecal matter scene. But those nitpicks aside, this is still a great animated film to check out. But I don't think little kids should watch this movie without their parents. And so, I give this film a full 100%. Well, that's all for now, partners. Be sure to join me for my next vlog. Mustang Power.